Check this out, guys. Homemade hack right there. What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to show you guys how to convert your frogs into a Teckel Honker Frog. I don't know if you guys have seen my video, my product review of this lure. One thing I haven't really mentioned on that video is the price point. This thing could run like $12.99 per piece. So, I mean, I love this lure. I love you for making it hide-a-key, but I fish a lot of snakeheads, and they kind of tore some of it up. I have another one over that's torn up that I have to super glue back together. But, you know, a lot of people buy cheaper frogs, and they like to make their own, like this. I have a Booyah Pad crasher. I made these before, as you see from there. But I've taken it apart just to show you guys that you can make it with basically any silicone leg frogs. And I never used this before, and my good friend, One Rod, One Reel, Mike, have given me some frogs when we went out fishing for some snakeheads last time. And I was like, I don't know how this frog is, but let's see if we can convert it similar to this and, you know, imitate this. Before we jump into this, a couple things. Let's talk about materials. You're gonna need some split rings, and I got some cheap rando ones that I found on eBay. This is very weak stuff, but it will work for this purpose. And then opposite spectrum, I got a lot of this when I used to do some saltwater fishing. I got some very tiny, but this is some heavy duty stuff. I guess it's size 14 swivels. Okay, and then I got some blades. And I'm just tinkering with blades. You guys could use whatever blades you guys want. You guys could use heavier blades. Just that you guys can see, this is still a little smaller than what Teckel Honker used. And just for reference, this is an Indiana blade, size 2. I could probably use the next size up. And I got these from Netcraft, Jan's Netcraft, and they have a lot of cool lure making stuff. So you guys should surf some of their website for some cool things that you guys could buy. You know, I usually surf around their website to get inspirations. But anyway, guys, let's move on. I got these Rock Island wires, and this is 0.026. You guys could use a little heavier stuff if you want, but I think I like to use the thinner stuff. It's just so much easier. But anyway, let's get started. The first thing we want to do is, obviously, if you look at this, right, it's basically like a little triangle. So we need to replicate a triangle wire, and then as you see, just create a loop and just shove the leg back in. For me, I made this loop this way, a lot shorter, but so far it's been working for me. But I'll try to replicate this one as best as possible, I guess. And to make things easy, you can also get a marker, because what you could do is when you cut your wires, you can actually mark it to see exactly where you need to bend your wire. But anyway, I guess we'll do it eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right? Actually, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm actually closing my eyes right now. I'm just going to mix this all up right here. And whichever one I grab, that's the one I'm going to use. Boom. All right. This is actually my favorite color. But anyway, like I said, got to pick whichever one I choose. And the first thing you want to do is yoink. Oh, interesting. They did not knot this. If I show you guys do I still have it here somewhere? I do. This is from my frog right here, the Booyah. They actually knot this thing. So that's pretty interesting. I'm actually gonna save these. I could use it for something else. So if you guys want to tie lures, you guys use that. You want to put a different frog, you want to put your own, you know, jigs, whatever. Alright, the first thing you want to do is, let's take this guy here. Okay. And this wire, stick it through. There we go. Look at that. And what we want to do is, probably want to take this marker here. Let's measure where it comes out. And from there, we could probably start the first bend, and we would try to bend it in the middle, just like that. Maybe it's probably better to actually bend it first before you make your marks. I'm actually going to mark it again. Alright, boys and girls, that doesn't look too even, but anyways, what I want to do with those marks is very simple. I want to make the loop hide behind that. So, without further ado, let's take this bending pliers, hold it just right past the smallest side, and just bend it just like that. And I'll show it to you in a second. See, I bend it around just like that. Okay, you technically can bend it around a little bit more. Just do your crisscross right there. You have your crisscross, you take your other plier, hold on very tight, just like that, and you can technically force bend it, then wrap it around the main wire, just like that. Okay, and then you snip it. Snip it close as possible. Oh crap, it's on the floor. Don't want to step on that. Alright, so yeah, one side done, so we want to shove this thing back in here. Move it across. Boom, look at that. Perfect. And I believe you could definitely, yeah, you can shoot, push it through. If not, you guys can always use a fishing line and just fish it through. But anyway, second side, let's get it done. And I said we're gonna do the same thing. We're staying just right past the blue. Wrap it around. Okay. Pretty uniform so far. So I'm liking it. See, look at that. Pretty darn uniform. Boom. And presto. Doesn't have to be super perfect. Alright. So let's take this guy, put it right back through here. And again, if you guys can't stick it through, and I am kind of having a little hard time, this frog is actually much stiffer. Oh yeah, this guy's much stiffer. If you guys using a Googan Squad frogs, make sure you guys use heavier gear, braided line, and at least medium heavy. I would say even heavy action. Alright, I'm just gonna do this off screen. Alright guys, I was able to do this off screen. I just basically manhandled it without using the fishing line. Okay, if you guys have a thicker one, I do have a .03 diameter. It'll be a lot stiffer. You can probably just pop it in and out. But it's going to be a little bit tougher to bend, but I like the thinner one. It makes everything quicker. And then you take your guys here, and if you guys need to use some sort of split ring pliers, just do so. You know, there's no point of not using it. It makes things go faster, especially, you know, you guys on a time limit, especially while making these video. Just use it. You know, and that's why I pre-made these little legs, just like that. And then presto. I will leave a clip here to show you guys how it looks like on the water. But in advance, I want to thank you guys for watching my crazy tutorials. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, feel free to leave me a comment below. But yeah, enjoy the last fishing clip. I don't want it. It's okay. Let them back in. See the babies? You might be able to cast and still get some. All right. Woo! Beautiful color. All right. Calm down. Calm down, dude. Calm down. Ay. Woo! All right. Look at that color. Yeah, I like these low tide situation because a lot of times, snaking back in. Oh well, couldn't get a weight or anything, but it's okay, I guess. But yeah, these low tide situations here, A lot of times it flushes those snakeheads out into these areas, so you just gotta take a look at these stuff. Look for those little bubblies. Those fires, like right over there. See those stuff right there? And you cast in there, irritate the crap out of parents, and there you go, man.